What's going on, YouTube? I know it's been a hot minute since I picked up my camera, but I just got done with my glute workout. I trained with my client today, and she was like, it was so good, I got to see you suffering with me. And I was just like, it kicked our asses. But I'm about to eat my post-workout meal. Ignore my messy car. I have some jasmine rice chicken and Brussels sprouts. But the reason I wanted to pick up my camera, I definitely plan on documenting my journey, my healing journey more so, because if you've been following, you do know that I am suffering from amenorrhea. I've been without a period on my own for over 3 years. I have extreme digestive issues, like extreme, and I basically am just fed up at this point. Basically, let me kind of just take you through my journey quickly, because it would take probably an hour to explain the whole thing. So you at least have an understanding of my background, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and basically what's going on with my body, so you understand, you know, I guess what's going on. So basically 3 years ago I was bulimic. I did suffer with an eating disorder. So basically August of 2015 to about February, March of 2016, I did suffer with my eating disorder, and in that time I fucked up my digestion between laxative abuse, binging, purging. I lost my period on my own. However, I didn't notice how important it was to not have a cycle. At the time I was dating my now fiance, Onofrio, and basically when I lost my period, it kind of was just a big smack in the face. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna fuck up his life, because in his future and his potential to have a family, because I want to binge and purge, because I have these toxic thoughts. You know, I'm potentially ruining somebody else's life by doing these things to myself. So that was kind of like my smack in the face to begin my recovery from that. Then I did go on birth control. I had a cycle on birth control, but then once I was off of the pill, I wasn't producing a cycle on my own. During this time as well, I was low carb. Like, I'm talking like 40-50 grams. I thought I had to cut all my carbs. I was exercising, doing cardio, pounding my body for like 6-7 days a week, absolutely abusing my body. I wasn't going to the bathroom, so I was extremely constipated for like almost weeks on end. Didn't know why. I was like, I'm eating vegetables, I'm eating and drinking water, exercising, I'm doing all the right things, you know, what's wrong type of thing. I basically ignored all these problems and just kind of kept going on with my life without realizing that it was an issue. And then many months later down the line, still no period, still issues with constipation. I was like, I have to figure this out. So then that year I went to the gastro, and he was like, you know, I have to figure, we got to go in, we got to do a colonoscopy, we got to figure out what's wrong. So I got a colonoscopy at the age of 18, a freaking surgery that 55-year-old men get. It was absolutely terrible. Not only was the pre-op terrible, but the post-op, my down from the anesthesia, only for him to tell me, ready? It just takes a long time to get from A to B, because my intestines are super windy. So that's why I'm constipated. Here, take this laxative. Excuse me? Hello? Like, what does that even mean? My intestines are super windy. So medical. Like, it just... But at that time, I was so vulnerable. I didn't know any better. I was just like, oh yeah, sure. He was giving me this laxative that wasn't even approved by my insurance. Like, my insurance denied my request for this medication, because they were like, there's no reason why this 18-year-old girl should be on this fucking pill. And so he was giving me like samples that the doctor had, that he had, because my insurance wouldn't cover it. So he's like, oh, here, I'll take care of it, I'll give it to you. So I was relying on that pill to go to the bathroom, and I was like, no, fuck that, like, I can't do that anymore. And I still didn't have a cycle, still dealing with these things with my digestion. Then I went to the endocrinologist, because I still wasn't producing a cycle. They put me on progesterone to induce a period, didn't do anything. I got blood work done. The thing is, my hormones are fine. That was the problem. They said that my hormones were fine, so they put me on birth control to see if I got my cycle on that, and I did. However, when I went on birth control, I didn't poop for like 2 weeks. I swear to God. 2 weeks when I was on the pill, I didn't go to the bathroom. And I called them, and I'm just like, what's going on? You know, why why aren't I going to the bathroom? Like, oh, it's fine. Your body's just adjusting to the pill. Like this, that. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I called my gastro and he was like, why'd you stop taking the pill? That's why you're not going to the bathroom. And I was like, fuck this. I'm like, done. I stopped taking the pill then and there. I gained so much weight within just a short amount of time. Wasn't going to the bathroom. I'm just like, I'm so sick of this. I can't. And so I basically carried through the year without a cycle, still constipated, still relying on laxatives, basically carried through that year. And then it finally just like hit me. Almost a year later, I was like, I need to have a fucking cycle. I was like, I don't want to go back to the doctors. I just keep getting the same runaround. Take this pill, do this. I want somebody who's going to help me. And then I went to a holistic healer in the city, which I have a few videos back. This was this past summer. Didn't end up working out well for me. Just the diet she put me on didn't work with my body. I just didn't agree with some of the things she was having me do diet-wise. Completely cut my exercise, and for me that wasn't a good like mental release, because exercise is what I love, and she was telling me barely to do it, and I just felt like not myself in doing what she was telling me to do. And I feel as though I couldn't physically heal because my mindset and my emotions weren't there. So during that, and then again I was like, fuck it. I started dieting again. You know, I had a photo shoot. It was my birthday. I was going to Florida, all those things. And I was just like, you know, fuck it. I'm just going to just cut and whatever. Still no cycle. Still issues with my digestion. My issue is constipation specifically. I'm not going to self-diagnose myself, but I'm almost adamant I have IBS-C. I don't want to go back to the gastro. Basically, I've tried low FODMAP. I went gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. You know, I've been gluten-free for a long time now, just trying to figure it out, and things have gotten better. I've been supplementing with a bunch of things. I went gluten-free, which has definitely helped limit dairy, things like that, but now I need somebody to help me. So I reached out to a holistic, a naturopath. He's actually a chiropractor, and he focuses on functional medicine. Functional medicine meaning looking at all the pieces. Because what most doctors do, they look at their own part of the piece, of the puzzle rather. Gastro looks at GI. Endocrinologist looks at thyroid and hormone. But nobody was looking at everything together. Because think, your body works in mysterious ways and everything is aligned. Everything is in communication. You know, for example, all of your hormones are created in the gut. However, the gut is a gastro, and hormones are endocrinologists, but they don't really tie in their individual pieces. So I need somebody to look at everything as a whole. So I reached out to them. I went in for a consultation, and he said, you know, the root of my problem stemmed from my eating disorder. And basically he said, we're going to run extensive blood work. We're going to look at everything. We're going to figure out exactly what's wrong, and we're going to fix it. Because we need to look at the bigger picture, and we're not going to throw you on some crazy pill. We're going to fix you and heal you from the inside. So I got extensive lab work done. This past weekend I got 25 vials of blood. 25 vials of blood taken. And today I have my follow-up appointment to read the blood work. So I plan on taking you through this journey with me. This healing journey, this digestive healing, healing my body. I don't know what I'm going to call it, this series, but healing myself, healing my body, healing my mind, because I no matter how healthy I come off, no matter how fit I may seem, I don't feel truly healthy without my cycle, you know? And as a female, I'm sure you understand what I mean when I'm saying this. I don't feel truly healthy and like I'm truly fit and somebody who women can look up to because of my cycle, and it still, my lack of cycle just kind of reminds me of my past. And it's just, I have literally tried everything to fix myself and put everything behind me, and I still feel like now it's just haunting me by not having a cycle. And that was a fucking dark time in my life, you know? So I'm just excited to get this blood work read. I'm very nervous too, because I'm more afraid, like what happened with the endocrinologist, you know, a couple years ago. They're going to take blood work, but they're going to find nothing wrong. So that's what I'm afraid of, is after all of this extensive lab work getting taken, testing my thyroid, my glucose, my digestive enzymes, allergies, etc., finding nothing wrong, I think that's more scary than getting it done and targeting the problem. So that appointment is today. Luckily, Onofrio is home. He goes away to school, so he's home to come with me. I plan on taking you guys to the appointment with me. I'll show you what the doctor has to say. And just prayers, you know. Every day I just pray and hope that things will turn around. And I know that they will, and I know I have to be patient. But 3 years is a long fucking time. So I'm excited to take you guys with me because I know that there are some of you out there that are dealing with the same thing, have dealt with the same thing. And in my experience and sharing what I'm doing and everything that's going on, I know that it can be beneficial to you. So ignore my messy car. I'm sorry. I'm a slob and I have to get my shit together. And it's Friday the 13th. Let's just talk about that. It's Friday the 13th. I'm waiting for important blood work to come back. I don't know. God better be on my side today. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to eat my food and I will check in with you right before the appointment. Hello.
I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly.
Onofrio.
Onofrio. Yeah, I got it. I'm Italian. I got it. No problem. Onofrio, take a look right here. One of the differences between what we do and what Alexa's been doing in the past through other doctors is they're treating the effects of a malfunction. I'm not going to treat the effects of her malfunction. I'm going to treat Alexa. So we run blood on everything. I'm going to show you where she's off. And then we put you on a 3-month program. And through diet, nutrition, and supplementation, we're going to specifically repair the systems that aren't working properly.